Welcome to my channel Question Bank. In last video of Coal India Limited recruitment of management training for electrical engineering, we have completed question from 1 to 20. Now in this video I am going to discuss rest of the question from 21 to 30. Question number 21. Dash properties are maintain voltage dash properties are, that means we have to put the device, that is, suppose B is the answer, static compensator properties are, these are the properties, here are the properties. Now the properties are maintain voltage at or near a constant level, that means voltage level improvement, improve power system stability, improve power factor, correct phase unbalance. Which of the device are used for these properties? So option A is boost transformer, option B is starting compensator, option C is regulating transformer, and option D is series capacitor. Here we have to discuss properties of each device. Suppose for boost transformer, these are the properties as follows. Boost transformer is used not near the main transformer. Boost transformer generally not used near the main transformer or near the grid where the main transformer is installed. And voltage regulation by injection into the line, boost transformer does it, and used along with regulating transformer. It cannot be independently used, it always used with regulating transformer. And regulating transformer, generally if regulating transformer is used independently, then it is used at main transformer. Here are the regulating transformer and boost transformer. And next two are static compensator. What are the static compensator properties? It maintains voltage level, improves system stability, power factor improvement also done, and correct phase unbalance. Hence these all properties are matched with given question properties, these properties. Hence the correct answer is option number B, that is static compensator. Let's have the properties of series capacitor, the rest one. What does a series capacitor does? In series capacitor, generally used in EHV, extra high voltage or ultra high voltage lines, increase power transformation capability, load division among parallel lines, and voltage control. Generally voltage control, in case of voltage control, generally it is not used now. Hence static compensator is the proper answer for this question. Next question. Question given is determine the force between two parallel conductor of length 1 meter separated by 50 centimeter in air and carrying currents of 30 ampere in same direction and opposite direction. In this question we can choose the option without calculating, because options are given as such a manner that we need not to calculate the force, because the force between two current carrying conductor is always same in case of if current is flowing in same direction or in opposite direction. Suppose current is flowing in same direction, then force will be F, and if current is flowing in opposite direction, then also force magnitude will be F, but this will be opposite direction. That means one is attractive, another is repulsive force, but the magnitude is same. Here no, in option there is no direction. Hence, if we compare the two terms, here 3.6, here 0.306, this is not the correct answer. 36 into 10 to the power minus 3, and here option B 36 into 10 to the power minus 3 and 0.36 into 10 to the power minus 3, this is 10 to the power minus 3. This is also not the option, and option D is also not, because 0.6 into 10 to the power minus 3 and here 0.306 10 to the power minus 3. Hence option C is the correct answer. Without any calculation we can choose this option, but we have here calculated the actual force. For current in the same or opposite direction, force will have same magnitude, but for same direction, current in the same direction, there will be force which is attractive, and in case of current in the opposite direction, there will be the force which is repulsive. So the force can be calculated as mu 0 I1 I2. I1 I2 are the currents in the two conducting current carrying conductors, into L, mu 0 I1 I2 into L by 2 pi d. D is the distance, and putting the values we are getting 0.36 into 10 to the power minus 3 Newton, which is given in option C, 0.36 into 10 to the power minus 3 Newton. This is here, this is into 10 to the power minus 3, not x minus 3. Next question, here is the question. The circuit given here, and in the above electronic circuit involving two operational amplifiers, a PID controller, in that the transfer function involves an integrator and first order lag term. The transfer function of this PID controller is CS by RS. Actually the language of the question is not in proper manner. It should be somewhat rectified. So now, as there is nothing given and only given the transfer function, only asking for transfer function of PID controller, hence we have nothing to do with this circuit. This is only to confuse a person. There is nothing to do with this circuit. Let's have the proper look to the options and how can we calculate for a PID controller the transfer function. Here is the actual control system. Here is the actual control system where GS is the controller, here is the process, here is the process transfer function, and here is the feedback. The controller here is a PID controller. First, the transfer function of the controller or the whole system is given by GCS, that is controller GCS into GPS by 1 plus GCS GPS, where HS is unity feedback, that is HS is equal to 1 unity feedback. Hence this is the transfer function. We have to find out this one for a PID controller. Here we will put a PID controller. Then the PID controller can be represented as this one, where there is a KPET, this is the proportional term P, this is I integral term, and this is differential term PID, and this whole term is, this whole system is replaced here, is here GC, and we have to find out what is the GC, and GCS is given by Kp whole into 1 plus 1 by TPS plus TDS, and this is the whole term you can find in any book, and this is actually Kp into Es plus Ki by S into Es plus Kd differential term into S into Es. If we take common Es, then it will be Kp plus Ki by S plus Kds, and if we here Es by, this is the output by input Es, here Es will be denominator, and this will be whole term, and if we take common Kp, then 1 plus Ki by Kp S plus Kd by Kp S, and here Kp 1 plus 1 by, we can write it Tp, we can write Tp S plus TdS. So Tp is Kp by Ki, constant of proportionality by constant of integral, and Td is equal to Kd, constant of differential by constant of proportionality. These are the values of Kp and Kd. You can get it from anywhere, and here is the GCS, and the overall transfer function we have to put GCS value in given here, this transfer function. Here we have the GCS, and we have put that value of GCS in these terms. Then the whole term will be Kp whole into 1 plus 1 by TPS plus Td into S whole into GPS. This is the GCS plus 1 plus this is the GCS into GPS. This is GCS here, and here the term is given here, option number C. Here Tp is given as Ti. Tp is given as Ti. Next question number 24. The transfer function of the armature control DC servo motor is, for armature control DC servo motor, first we have to understand this one. Here is the field, here is the armature, whole armature. Here is the armature, here is the armature resistance, and here is the armature inductance. The terms here are theta, here theta is angular displacement of motor shaft, J is the equivalent moment of inertia of load, and F0 is the equivalent viscous friction coefficient of motor F0, and field current IF is equal to constant. As this is armature controlled, field current here IF is constant. Now DC motor operates in linear region for servo motor. Hence air gap flux, that is phi, generally flux is dependent upon the current for which it is produced. So phi is directly proportional to IF, and then we can write it as phi is equal to Kf into IF. This is the proportionality constant. Torque developed, we know that torque developed Tm is directly proportional to phi into Ia, that is armature current into flux, field flux. So we can replace phi from here. If we replace from here, then we get Kf into Ia. We can replace this proportionality sign with equal sign by multiplying a proportionality constant, that is K1, and now the whole term is becoming K1 Kf If Ia. So the torque motor truck produced is equal to Kt into Ia. The whole term is constant. Because If is constant, we have imagined or assumed first, and Kf and Ki are proportionality constants. The whole term I have taken to be Kt into Ia. Kt is called torque constant. Then back EMF produced is proportional to the speed. So Eb, that is back EMF, is equal to Kb into d theta by dt, is directly proportional to d theta by dt, and proportionality constant is Kb, and Kb is called back EMF constant. Applying KVL here, if we apply KVL, this is the figure. If we apply KVL here in this way, if we apply KVL, Eb Ea La dia by dt plus Ra Ia plus Eb is equal to I, this is plus Eb is equal to, this is Iea. And now torque equation of the shaft is given by J d square theta by dt square plus F0 into d theta by dt is equal to Tm, which is equal to Kt by Ia. This is equation number 3. Laplace transform of first, second and third equation, which is first equation, this is the first equation. Eb is equal to Kb into d theta by dt, and its Laplace transform will be capital Eb is equal to, as a differential term, then one s will be multiplied, and this will be s into Kb theta s, and the Laplace transform of second one is this one, that is s into La plus Ra whole into I capital Ia into s, that is the Laplace transform of Ia is equal to EAS capital EAS minus capital EBS. This one is Eb, and this is the Laplace transform of Eb, small eb. This is the Laplace transform of small Ea, that is armature voltage. This is back EMF, this is the applied voltage. Then Laplace transform of equation 3 is equation 6, that is a square j plus s f0 whole into theta s is equal to Tms, which is given as Kt into Ias. And from this equation 5 we can get SLA plus Ra whole into Ias is equal to Eas minus s Kb theta s. Where we are getting this? EBS is given here EBS from equation 4 we can put here, so we are getting this much. Now EAS from this equation, EAS is equal to this term, hold this term, plus this. So this is equation number 7, and from this equation we can find out that IAS is equal to a square j plus s f0 whole into theta s by kt. So putting in equation 7 we are getting EAS is equal to this much, and if we calculate then we get theta s by EAS is equal to kt by as whole into SLA plus RA whole into Sj plus F0 plus KB kt, and this is the option number B, and here F0 is replaced by B0. And here the transfer function of a motor is generally the angular displacement by, this is the output for a servo motor, output angular displacement by the input voltage, that is applied voltage input. Both will be in Laplace transform, then this is the transfer function. So here option B is the correct answer. Next question, a unit feedback system with GS is equal to K by S whole into 0.5S plus 1 whole into 0.05S plus 1. Find out the gain margin and phase margin for K is equal to 1. For K is equal to 1, GSHS for HS is equal to 1 is given by 1 by this much. Denominator will be same, and if we put j omega in place of s, then the whole term will be this one, and if we solve the whole term then we are getting 1 by minus 0.55 omega square plus j omega minus 0.025 omega cube, which is equal to, I have taken 1 by x plus jy. This is the real term and this is the imaginary term, and angle is equal to minus, as this is in the denominator, minus tan inverse y by x, imaginary by real, which is equal to minus 180 degree. First, for phase crossover frequency we have to equate this angle to minus 180, because phase crossover frequency is that where the phase of that system crosses minus 180 degree line. So here we are getting, from this condition we are getting that y is equal to 0, we are getting, because here minus will be plus, tan inverse y by x is equal to 180 degree, that means y by x is equal to tan 180 degree, which is equal to 0, and hence y is equal to 0. Y is equal to 0 means in this term y is this one, that means imaginary term in denominator, and here if we equate the imaginary term in denominator is equal to 0, then we are getting omega is equal to 0, or omega is equal to root over of 40, plus minus root over of 40. This is the phase crossover frequency. Phase crossover frequency is positive root over of 40, root 40, and gain margin is given by 1 by mod of GHSS j omega at omega is equal to phase crossover frequency, and this is given by 1 by the mod, and here we have taken the root 40 square as omega square value, because if we put root 40, the whole term, this will be 0, because we have taken 0 to find out root 40, then only this will be the value. So here we are getting 22, and in case of decibel, the gain margin in decibel is equal to 20 log gain margin. This is the gain margin, and in case of decibel this is 20 log into 20 log of gain margin, and this is coming to be 20 log 22, which is equal to 26.85. From this we can choose the option, 26.86, option number A. And if we want to find out the phase margin, then how can we calculate phase margin? This is the calculation for phase margin. How we can, phase margin is calculated at gain crossover frequency. Gain crossover frequency is used to calculate the phase margin. Magnitude plot will be crossed at 0 dB line. This will be the gain crossover frequency. Then we have to find out the magnitude of that transfer function, open loop transfer function. Then 20 log gh j omega is equal to 0, log gh omega is equal to 0, gh j omega is equal to 1. That means something to the power 0 is equal to 1. Here 10 to the power 0 is equal to 1. So the whole term is equal to this is the magnitude term, this is the magnitude term we have find out from here. Here is the whole term we have find out, and we have to put here. And now we are getting here omega gc is equal to 0.9095. Omega is getting 0.9095, and if we put 0.9095 as gain crossover frequency to find out the phase margin, we are getting phase margin formula here 180 plus angle of j omega gh j omega at gain crossover frequency, which is getting to be 180 minus, this is tan inverse of, here we have find out gh j omega is tan inverse of something that is getting 1, and if we put that one, we will found to be 62.9456. If we want to take the screenshot, this will be the proper for this one, and in option this is given as 61.768. Now next question, the state transition matrix phi t is, which one is the state transition matrix? This is the state transition matrix A is called as state transition matrix. Obtain the inverse of state transition matrix. Sorry, A is the state matrix, A is the state matrix, and it is asking for inverse of state transition matrix. We have to first note down the state transition matrix properties. What are the state transition matrix properties? If phi t is the state transition matrix, then phi of 0 is equal to identity matrix phi inverse t. Inverse of state transition matrix is the same as if we put negative value of t in that. This is one of the important, and if we raise k to the power of, if we raise to the power k, then it will be multiplied to the t inside the matrix, and if we differentiate the whole term and put 0 at the time at the place of t, then it will be give the state matrix A. These are the properties of state transition matrix. Now we have to find out what is the state transition matrix. State transition matrix in terms of Laplace is given as Si minus A inverse, and in terms of time, in time domain, this is Laplace inverse of Si minus A whole inverse. Si minus A inverse is the characteristic equation of a matrix, and this is here is coming to be S minus 1 to S plus 3. And if we find out the inverse, inverse is find out at 1 by, suppose A is the matrix A mod into adjoint of A, and adjoint is minor, cofactor and then transpose. Adjoint is minor, cofactor and then transpose. This is coming to be, inverse is coming to be this one. This one is the inverse, and we have to calculate it as partial fraction. Each term we have to calculate partial fraction of each term, and we are getting this one. And Laplace inverse of this one is 2e to the power minus t minus e to the power minus 2t, e to the power minus t minus e to the power minus 2t, and here this term is minus e to the power minus t plus 2e to the power minus 2t, and the last term is 2e to the power minus 2t minus e to the power minus t, and this is the phi t. We are getting phi t, that is the state transition matrix. What this is asking for, inverse of state transition matrix. Inverse, how to find out inverse? We have already discussed the properties, and this is given, inverse of the state transition matrix is given by putting negative value of t in place of t. Here the negative, if we put minus t here, then it will be 2e to the power t, and this will be the answer. But there is no option given. If we compare, there will be no option given in the options. In the question there is no option given. Option A given by Coal India Limited is the wrong answer. There is no option is given in the answer. And there is another method to check whether one of the option is correct or not. As we know that these are the options, as we know that phi inverse t is equal to phi of minus t, then we can write that phi inverse of minus t is equal to phi t. Here given phi, options are given in terms of phi inverse of t. If we put minus in case of t, then we will get phi t, that is state transition matrix, and then we have to put t is equal to 0 and find out this is a identity matrix or not. First we have to check the answer of the Coal India Limited, that is here we have to put minus, here minus, and this is the state transition matrix, and we have to put t is equal to 0. If t is equal to 0, then this term will be 0, this term will be 0. That means the whole this term will be 0, and this is not an identity matrix. So option A is incorrect. If this will be 1, then this may be correct. So from this one we can get that this is not the correct option. Then we'll check B, negative this one, 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 negative this one. And if we put t is equal to 0, then this is 0 minus 0, this is 0, this is not the option. This is negative and 4, sorry, something to the power, here something to the power 0 is equal to 1, 1 minus 1 is equal to 0. This one is 0, not answer. And here also 1 minus 1, this is also 0, not the answer. And here this is 4 coming to be 4 minus 1, this is coming to be 3, this is also not the answer, correct answer. This is coming to be 2, this is also not answer. So none of the option given in the question is the correct answer. Correct answer is given by this one. You can take a screenshot of this one. Next question, question number 27. In a CRO, an electron gun is having, this is indirectly heated cathode and control grid, and in case of cathode ray oscilloscope, the electron gun consists of a heater, a cathode grid, and it is the source of accelerated, energized and focused beam of electrons. Hence here option D is the correct answer. Question number 28. Which converter has polarity of output voltage is opposite of input voltage? This is Cooke converter. Cooke converter. Cooke converter, this is also called as buck boost converter. Seppic converter is also a buck boost converter, but the output is of same sign, same polarity. Question number 29. A simple low pass RC filter having cutoff frequency of 1 kHz is connected to a constant AC source of 10 volt. Calculate C if R is equal to 10 kilo ohm. Then FC is equal to 1 by 2 pi RC, that is 1 by omega RC, and F is given as 1 kilohertz is equal to 1 by 2 pi into 10 kilo into C, and C is coming to be 15.9 nanofarad. This is option number C. And this is the last question. The magnetic flux density is magnetic flux per unit area. This is option number A. As there are very long answer type questions in this section, I have taken here about 41 minutes and still continuing. So in next video I will try to complete the most number, suppose 20 number of questions. So please encourage me by liking this video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.